see. Hopefully this works. Got it up on my second channel too, just to make sure everything goes smoothly. Yeah, it says it's going. Oh, there we go. Oh, great. We got the echo thing again. So what if I liked my own stream? There, I liked my own stream. Hey, Ito, I'm gonna mute my self-watching the stream. This is what I always do, just to make sure everything goes fine. I have the stream up on my second channel as well, just to make sure everything's okay. Let's see here. Alright, so thanks. Got a couple customs here. I've got this was my next gen shifty drug who I brought here because Mattel just did theirs. I did mine about 2 years ago at the beginning of 2019 and never expected Mattel to do their own, so this one is just completely obsolete now. Hey, Cars Racing Expert. Yeah, this one's just completely irrelevant. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know, I like the design I went with. Obviously, I prefer Mattel's because theirs is the actual official one. But I don't know, I liked this custom when I did it. I thought it was pretty cool. Hey to everyone who's joining in. I was gonna do a whole separate comparison video going over Mattel's versus mine. I'm not sure if I'll still do that. I probably will, but the problem with mine is that he really needs a new coat of paint now. Like, the fact that I made this like 2 years ago is really starting to show. But, you know, I liked it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. Like I said, it's just kind of obsolete. But, who knows? I never actually named this one. I also took the spoiler off to try to paint this better. There we go. I've done that from time to time. Sometimes I thought it was a good idea, like when I took the spoiler off of a Jackson Storm I made, and to this day I still can't get it back on. Some of the spoilers are easier to remove than others. This one, which is like, I think it was first used for Tim Treadless, the style spoiler. This one's easier to take off than the other ones. Yeah, the custom and the Mattel one look kind of similar. You know what else looked similar? I did a Redline variant of Phil Tankson back in 2018 for my Redline movie. And then about 2 months later, they did their Thomasville tribute chip gearings, and they look scarily similar. Now, obviously, it's not like Mattel is going around seeing my things and taking my designs, obviously. I just think that's kind of funny that on more than one occasion, I've done things pretty close to what Mattel does. I don't know why I chose to do this style of mold for my next gen shifty drug, but that's the one they ended up doing. There's nothing on the back now. I mean, I would update this guy and give him a new coat of paint, but there's no point in doing it because I have the actual official one now. Yeah, I even have the same spoiler, so you know what? Maybe they are listening in. And if so, Mattel, can you guys do me a favor and release the Lightning McGrill from Cars 3? That would be great. I unironically want that released. The grill shaped like McQueen that Sterling proposes as a product. If they can make Globy, they can make the Lightning McGrill. I'm probably the only one out there that wants a Lightning McGrill made, but if I was told, hey, any card you want, we will make it, but only pick one, I think there's a pretty high chance I'd say Lightning McGrill, which I know sounds absolutely ridiculous. Hey, Crazy Cars Canada. I think that would be. I know that would be absolutely ridiculous if I said I'd want them to make Lightning McGrill when they could make literally anything else. But here's the thing. If I were to say, like, oh, a damaged Doc Hudson or a damaged McQueen, there's a high chance that one day we'll see those released, even for the Apple cars from Cars 3. So I'd just say Lightning McGrill, because that's something that I doubt we'll ever see. Um, but that would be so funny. I'd want it to be, I don't know, I'd probably want it to be the size of a normal diecast. Like, I wouldn't want it to be an accessory. I'd want it to be its own full car. But you know what they should do? Because this year, that is an LC Ramon. Showed it off earlier today in a community tab post. But there we go, just in the same color scheme as the Ties cars for, McQueen. But like how this year they did the Cars 3 McQueen and included a piston cup with him to try to get more people to buy him. I think it'd be cool if they did a McQueen that came with like some of the products that Sterling tries to get Lightning to sell, just like a stack of boxes for the different McQueen products. I think that would be really cool. I'm not the type of person to buy a car just to get the accessory. Yeah, so that's a good point. You don't know why they call the Lightning with piston cup new. Because he isn't. That piston cup is reused. Yeah, you're right, that exact McQueen. I didn't even think of that. Um, well, then he was labeled as Cars 3 McQueen with piston cup. So if they remove the Cars 3 from the name, he's completely different. I'm kidding, obviously. But I don't know. I get why they label that as new, but now that you mention it, yeah, it totally isn't. Because that exact same Cars 3 McQueen was released with the piston cup. But honestly, I don't really. I don't know. I have no interest in getting that McQueen. I have that piston cup accessory. Um, the piston cup had a different shade of color, but does that warrant labeling it as a completely new release? I'd say probably not. Yeah, that's actually how I got my original Jackson Storm, his release with a piston cup. That's, I think, this one right here that I still have. Um, but I totally get where they're coming from, releasing a new accessory in an attempt to um, try to get more people to buy it. But that same piston cup is currently on shelves with the Welcome to Radiator Springs dock, isn't it? Isn't that the same exact piston cup accessory? So there's even less of a point in having that out now. But hey, if they're starting to realize, oh, maybe we shouldn't just release the same Cars 3 McQueen every year, maybe they'll change it up. Maybe they'll give us the Piston Cup champion Jackson Storm. Maybe. Um, but like regarding the Piston Cup champion Jackson, you know, the Jackson Piston Cup champion, not Piston Cup champion, sorry, the normal Jackson Storm won for my worst release. That won for worst re-release of 2020 in my Ties Diecast Awards. And that's probably because of, I'd say it's probably because he was out as both a single and in a two-pack. And I think it's also because people just really want the Piston Cup champion Jackson. Now, I saw them making the color changer Jackson have the Piston Cup champion logo as kind of a way to be like, yeah, we're not giving you the normal one, but at least you could have it on this variant. And I think that's pretty cheap. But no, my main defense as to why we haven't gotten, so you're a fan of cars, name all the diecasts. Uh, um, do you want me to count like the very small differences, like the Thailand ones and the red overspray era McQueen? I'm kidding, obviously, but my main defense for there not being a Piston Cup champion Jackson yet, I always thought, well, it's such a minor variant of Jackson, but then I remembered that they made Tar McQueen and sold him separately for several years as a single. So, um, yeah, Piston Cup champion Jackson can happen. My fear is that they'd make it a super chase like the one Thunder Hollow Cruise. I really hope they don't do that because that's a car that's really desirable. Um, but yeah, you better watch out. Robin Jail's Fighter keeps a list of every release, so but I'm pretty sure typing that wouldn't fit into the chat. Yeah, Champion Jackson and Track Damage Cruise. That makes sense as a two pack. Um, I mean, personally, um, I prefer him to just get a single release. Here's what they should do then, because again, I think maybe they just think that um, maybe they just think that it wouldn't sell well because it's such a minor variant. Although again, Tar McQueen is a thing that exists. Hey, world renowned turbo tractor. Um, but I think maybe like you can't make. I don't think they'd ever make Piston Cup champion Jackson the exclusive. I don't think they'd make him like the exclusive in a pack. But I think if they did a two pack of uh, Piston Cup, uh, Piston Cup champion Jackson, and like you said, Track Damage Cruise or another new release, I'm sure that'd be pretty good. Champion Jackson tractor, that would actually be cool. I know recently when I reviewed the Sweater Stop tractor, I said I'm kind of not the biggest fan of the tractors anymore. I don't know, to me, how cool they are just kind of wore off, although I still like every individual one. But a tractor Jackson could be really cool, even though we don't see it in the movie. But hey, we didn't see Hot Rod Smokey either. Does anyone know what the deal is with the Hot Rod Smokey? Because that isn't, correct me if I'm wrong, that isn't in Cars 3 at all. And that's got a normal release, and that's got a mini racer now. Like maybe it was cut from the movie, but like I don't know. It's always such a weird release to me. But then again, yeah, it's not in the movie. So I wonder if it was cut. And if it was cut, then why is it getting a release 4 years after the movie? Um, but I mean, they almost made a Hot Rod Steve Herschel, which I just thought was the funniest thing ever and also very, very strange. So yeah, the reason why, yeah, Miscolored Ryan, that would be so cool, but we'd never get that because we're not supposed to know about that. That's an animation error. Yeah, Hot Rod Steve might be coming soon. That's so weird. You don't even see Steve Herschel from the front, but I remember when Steve Herschel came out, he was pretty rare. He was a case of he was a case of like a car that I actually couldn't find in the store. I found the whole wave with him in it in a store, but never him. Same thing happened with Ben Dordan, and then of course I finally found it in a store after I got it online. Um, Imagine what Hot Rod Steve Russell could do. Yeah, right. I could do a whole joke about that. But a Hot Rod McQueen and Hot Rod Mater, I wouldn't put that past them. Um, I would suggest a Hot Rod Ramon, but that's basically Ramon's normal paint job anyway. Um, um, a whole series of cars with top hats on. Or maybe they'll just release that flick with a cowboy hat. A a release or it's a factory custom, I think, that I will never understand. If anyone watching this knows of, Steve was at the same level as Race Damage Mood Springs in terms of rarity. I'm not sure. Should we check? Let's check online. I've got my laptop here. Let's look up how much Steve Herschel is gonna cost now. But what do I think of the Clutch Aid tractor? Yeah, I'll probably do a video on that eventually, because that recently leaked. I didn't really think much of it because the Disney store actually did their Clutch Aid tractor as one of the first ones. I know it's definitely kind of weird that it's primarily blue when the normal racer was like green and blue. Like Noah Gokek is mainly green. But the Disney store did it, and that's what theirs looks like, so I don't have a problem with that. Steve Herschel, we're on eBay right now. Yeah, definitely not. The first release, listing on eBay is for $18.99 with $5 shipping. $25. Yeah, I'm seeing him for mainly, yeah, around 30. Or, yeah, there aren't many eBay listings for him, but definitely not as rare as Race Damage Mood Springs. Yes, I do remember the movie I made called Our Town. I recently put together a playlist of all of my movies. I think I rewatched part of that recently. That one barely qualified as a movie. But I like that one. I don't remember how it ended. Yeah, because I just put it in a playlist, so I sort of like made it kind of relevant again. Let's see Race Damaged Mood Springs. I've definitely looked this up before. Race Damage Mood Springs. Okay, well, the first listing is $500, but it has a free return. Look at that. That is in total. That is one of two listings for him. It's $525, but it has free returns. Does it have a free refund too? The only other listing I can find is $180 loose with $41 shipping from the Netherlands. And then immediately after that, this is someone who is seemingly, well, if you really want to waste your money, it seems that this person is selling their entire collection for a whopping $6,000. That is crazy. That's a really nice collection, actually. That is, look at that. They got a lot of nice stuff. Wow. And it has free 4-day shipping. Man, imagine how many boxes would you have to fit that into? That's really cool, actually. I've considered, like, looking to buy people's collections, you know, if they're cheap, because people will just do, like, cheap, loose lots, and I could keep the ones that I didn't already have and repaint the other ones, but that is actually a really nice collection. Let's click on that. Let's see what's in there. They have a Motor Speedway of the South set. They have all of the rarest Storyteller cars. They've got a lot of haulers. Let's see. They've got a ton of the old 3-packs, an absolute ton of singles. This is pretty cool. You know, if I had $6,000, maybe I'd get it. Or you could pay $289 for 24 months. I will repeat, $6,000, or you could pay $289 a month for 24 months. Yeah, of course I remember McQueen's team. McQueen's team. Uh, actually, I had to rewatch part of McQueen's team earlier today. I forget why. Um, but yeah, again, I recently put all my movies into a playlist, so um, just in order. Uh, but yeah, that one, Red to that one led to Redline. Except I think the first appearance of Rod Torque Redline being back was post credit scene of my stop motion movie Rematch, which I tried rewatching a few months ago, and I'm very sorry for anyone who attempts to watch Cars Rematch, my stop motion movie from early 2018. It's a total mess. What I used to do for my stop motions was I would just completely freeze frame on certain frames and just talk over them. It's really it's really bad. I'd attempt to do another stop motion movie, but stop motion really just it takes so much time. I haven't done a new stop motion in quite a while. Um, you binge watched all of my movies lately. Well, I'm sorry for the very bad quality of like 85% of them. Which movie rematch you're gonna watch soon? Um, it's about a rematch. Um, yeah, and thanks for the idea, Cartendo. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that before. It's a really good idea. Um, uh, yeah, doing the dialogue first and then the stop motion, that might be easier. Um, what else do we have? Solid Guido. Yeah, Redline, definitely one of the better ones. Um, well, I did. Yeah, I'm hoping that my car score will be better. $6,000 lot instead of going to college. There you go. That's a great idea. Invest all of your life savings into buying someone's car collection off of eBay. They do have Bessie, and Bessie's pretty expensive too, so, you know, um, let's see what else we got. Falcon and Winter Soldier is on Disney Plus. The show's been pretty good so far. I won't talk about it here as to not spoil it for anyone. Um, yeah, first planned Cars 3 in 2015. Movies take a while to make. I think they started planning it in like 2012. Um, Cars 3 was born almost 6 years ago. Oh, look, they've got an Apple car too in this collection. Wow. Why do I think they made McQueen skinnier? Um, is it more accurate? Is the Cars 3 McQueen mold more accurate? I guess sort of. I actually kind of like the Cars 3 McQueen mold. I think it's pretty nice. Did they need to make a new mold? No, but I don't have a problem with it. Anybody here have Bessie? I've always wanted to get Bessie. Let's see how much Bessie is, and um, hopefully we can find a listing for Bessie that is not in a $6,000 lot. Okay, so you can buy Bessie for $50. So that's fun. $50 for Bessie. $70 for Bessie with free shipping. If you want the original Bessie, that's gonna set you back 150. Yeah, I looked for Bessie back in 2016. Yeah, yeah, Bessie was re-released in 2016. I feel like I feel like Bessie's got a pretty high chance of being re-released soon. I'm probably gonna do a video in the next few days, just going over my hopes for the second half of 2021. Um, but like I feel like Bessie could definitely happen. some point soon. Bessie seems like the type of car they'd re-release. You know how they started re-releasing Frank like every single year, and he's just kind of become less and less interesting every time. I know they did like the clean Frank variant, but Frank used to be really rare. Yeah, if bye bye car is bye bye to your wallet, that lot is bye bye to your college fund and life savings. Who needs higher education anyway? When I can buy more cars. Where will Thailand Bessie's eye line be? Will Thailand Bessie have an eye plate? Um, what happened to the Have You Heard of series? Have you heard of Have You Heard of? Because that series hasn't had an entry in over a month. Um, yeah, Have You Heard of? Here's the thing. I've had so many reviews to do lately, and I'm finally getting to the end of those because I have just these three left to review. Um, but I have another episode of Have You Heard of planned. I think I'm going to do another episode of the story of first. Um, I have a really cool episode of the story of planned. There was a whole canceled. I want to do some Disney parks car stuff there because there are quite a few things. Um, quite a few interesting cars things that are no longer in the Disney parks. Most notably, um, the Luigi's Flying Tires. Um, which was like the floating bumper car ride they had in Cars Land in California. Um, yeah, right. Watch, I find more cars. Well, here's the thing. I probably won't be going out again until this weekend. So this review would either today or tomorrow. Since I'm doing the stream, this will probably be tomorrow's review. Then um, Thursday, Friday, and then we'll go back to some stores probably on Saturday. And um, then if I find new stuff, it should be good. Uh, yeah, the Blu-ray McQueen. Yeah, I don't have that one, but I've heard of it. Um, but the Luigi's Flying Tires ride now replaced with the what is it, Rollickin' Roadsters. Um, ooh, here's an interesting question. Will I get any of the Lego Looney Tunes minifigures? I definitely love to. I'll probably get um, one or two. The thing is, the Lego minifigure packs, I've just watched them escalate in price year after year. And it's really a shame because now they're $5 each. One of the cars, this cost me less than a Lego blind bag, but I'll definitely get one or two. I'm not sure which ones. Um, but I used to collect a lot of the minifigure series. I'd just be standing around, standing around feeling all the bags in the Lego store, just trying to figure it out. The people that they have at the Lego store who work there and just feel the bag super fast and can immediately tell you, yeah, this one is Batman, this one is Superman. Crazy. Um, what else? Um, right, so the story of there were plans to make an entire other Disneyland park um, in Dubai, and there was like a mini version of Cars Land there. So that's probably what the next story of episode is. Um, so I'm really excited to look further into that. It was going to be like just the Radiator Springs Racers ride that's in Cars Land in California. Um, but uh, like it wouldn't have the whole Cars Land section with it. So it seems pretty cool. Please continue How I'd Write Cars 3. I knew that would come back to haunt me one day. I'm just kidding. How I'd Write Cars 3, series I did at the beginning of 2018. I think I referenced it when I brought back the Spotlight series. How I'd Write Cars 3 was a scripted series in which I tried to write my own version of Cars 3. Since then, it kind of fell through. I probably should have had an end goal in mind. Um, but, uh, I actually didn't have a full ending in mind. You know, I always try to bring back. I have so many old series. I always try to, like, I never forget about them. To this day, I'm still trying to find out a way to reboot Tractor Shorts, which was a series of just two tractors hanging out and doing stuff. The episodes were like less than a minute each. I did two in 2017. Um, yeah, Mater from I'd say 2006 because my original Mater had the like the yellowish eyes, and then they got rid of that. But Mater, well, Mater still sort of has that in two and three, but it's interesting. I could use the racing tractors. Yeah, I was just thinking that. My favorite Mater is almost definitely Aviator Mater. Um, from Air Mater, Rolling Bowling Mater. Yeah, the only 2006 release I don't have. Such a weird release. Um, Another series I'd like to do is like a sort of history series, which I kind of did with Collector's Guide. There's another canceled series of mine. But yeah, I've had so many series of just ended out of nowhere, and that was all right. See you later, Marcus Ferrano. Thanks for showing up. My 3,000 subscriber special, that big two-part video I did was it was all of my canceled projects that I could think of, basically, but there are still more that I didn't cover in that video. Favorite Tales from Radiator Springs short? You gotta go with Radiator Springs 500 and a half. Compared to the other ones, that one is like on a whole nother level. Um, would be nice to see To Protect and Serve, though. That would be nice, guys. If anyone out there watching this at Pixar would like to make To Protect and Serve, you guys released the toys from it about half a decade ago. To Protect and Serve would have been pretty cool. Um, I'm sure someone started a petition out there. I think someone did over on the Cars community on Tap Talk. Started a petition to try to get Protect and Serve Mater made. Yeah, One Eye Mater. I got him when he was re-released back in 2016 in Radiator Springs Classic. He's a pretty nice one. Yeah, I got the Protect and Serve pack a few years ago. I should try to get the Disney Store one because it has a Mater that Mattel didn't release, covered in caution tape, like fully wrapped up in caution tape. You could take the caution tape off of him, and you just had this shell of like yellow police line "Do Not Cross," like caution tape. But there is that book for Protect and Serve, which is One-Eyed Mater considered rare now? Well, I mean he's pretty rare. I think. Let's see how let's see how much that's gonna cost. One-Eyed Mater. Okay. One-Eyed Mater. Yeah. Um yeah, first listing is about like $18. So not bad. At what price do you guys consider a car too expensive? Because I'd say um I'd say probably over $20 for one single car. Um 45. You'd say $45 for one car. What's the most I'm not sure what the most I've ever spent on a single is, obviously not counting ones I've gotten as gifts. Yeah, I'd say like 20 to 25. Um I'd open up one of these on the stream. We've got the Crew Chief Mater. We've got, let's see. Whoa. Don't fall. Don't fall. I would, but I think I'm going to do a separate review on Courtney. Pushes Kevin. You want me to push Kevin? I'll push Kevin. We'll leave him. I was going to leave him on the edge there, but there we go. What if this entire live stream just became dropping cars off of a table? Who can get the least dented? Let's get Kevin back up here. And you know what? We'll leave him on the edge. Careful, Kevin, don't fall. Okay, there we go. My tagline when I was making Redline was lightning will fall. Now it's Kevin will possibly fall. If I mess up again. He'll just stay there. Kevin Racingtire likes to live dangerously. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do a normal review of Courtney. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Cartendo. I'm not sure when the last time I reviewed Courtney Carspur was. Let's see. I know I've reviewed Courtney. I'm not sure why. Oh, I've never reviewed. Have I never reviewed Courtney? I guess not. Okay, then we're gonna review Courtney. I thought I'd never reviewed him before. No, I'm almost sure I've reviewed him at some point. I don't know. I'm checking through my videos now. I'm pretty sure I did. Courtney Carspur. Yeah. Oh, I spelled his name wrong in the review. That's why. Okay. Oh, this was when I had really bad audio for some reason. Should we attempt to listen to my review? Yeah, you didn't have him. Yeah, I checked your list. Yeah, I reviewed Courtney September 8th. Of 2021. But, let's listen to that 2018 review. I've spoken in the past, specifically in my review of Franca, about those background Cars characters who really are underrated in my opinion, and I gotta say Courtney Carspur is one of those. Courtney Carspur. It's really hard to identify where he appeared in Cars 2, but he's in there. I'll probably try and put a picture on screen of where he appears, but... Spoiler alert, I did not put a picture on screen of where he appears. I forget, I think he may appear, he may not have though. He may have just been one of those background characters like Clutch Foster, where it's really hard to find them and people are in doubt of whether or not he appears. Kind of like Trunkle, but anyway, I feel like Courtney here is another extremely underrated diecast that... Sometimes I just like to watch my old reviews and just sit there and cringe. I feel like I've attempted to do several I've attempted to film several like reacting to old videos, but never uploaded any of them. My one problem with my old reviews is I just, to myself at least, a few years later, yeah, I think Courtney might be. But, To me, at least, I feel like I sound unconfident in my earliest reviews. Um, but I got Courtney to repaint actually, so you'll be seeing my original Courtney. Cars, Tesla Cybertruck. Yep. Remember when that was the big thing. And then this Tex I actually didn't buy to repaint. I just really like this Tex. I like the Thailand Tex, which means that I now have three normal Texes. Yeah, the 2017 Todd Pizza Planet truck. When Mattel thought making a Walgreens exclusive was a good idea. It wasn't. I found him at like a local toy store. Um, and if I hadn't, then I would never have seen him, but I do have the original. Uh, um, the original. Yeah, I'm not sure if there was ever to be like a Tesla in cars, you know. Um, it just comes down to a legal thing because some of the cars they use they make up, some they don't. But I'm sure in the future we'll probably see like Tesla inspired character. Do golf carts exist in cars? That's a very good question. Um, do do motorcycles exist in cars? Would be the question I'd ask first, because if they did, that would be kind of horrifying. Yeah, Walgreens was not a good idea. I've seen so many, like every year, I'll see action figure collectors be asked. Um, I see action figure collectors being asked, like, what's the worst place, um, what's the worst place, to get exclusives? And time again, they'll always say Walgreens, which I completely agree with. My Walgreens don't even sell cars anymore. If I want to go there to try to look for a figure that I want, they um, almost definitely won't have it. So that's, yeah. Um, just for the record, we still got Kevin on the edge here. Maybe this should be a tradition. Maybe I should just start keeping him on the edge of on every live stream, and we'll see if the events of the stream cause him to fall. Um, Unfortunately, though, it seems that my phone is gonna die soon, so I'm gonna ask you guys to hang tight really quick, and I'm gonna go plug it in. Luckily for me, um, there is a charger right underneath where I'm filming this, so hopefully this will work out. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'd like to see a Precision Series Guido too, but mine, for whatever reason, I have the normal Precision Series Luigi and the normal Guido, because my Precision Series Luigi came with the normal Guido. Really a shame. But I'll be right back. Hopefully this works. Okay. I hope nobody I hope nobody hope nobody threw a party while I was gone. Hopefully, this is working. And if not, then, hold on a second, guys. Let me just make sure this is charging. We are not charging. Great, okay. Let's see. Hold on a second, let me get a different charger. Sorry about all this. Hopefully, while I'm gone, my phone doesn't die, and if it does, then I am very sorry, and I don't know what will happen to the stream. Okay. I'm back. Let's hope it works this time. And if not, let's see. Nah, too late for the disco lights, man. I'm back. Let's hope it's working. Hold on, we're gonna do this again. Are we good? We're charging. It's all good. It's all good. I hope you all enjoyed your party of spamming. There we go. Moving the cars around, hopefully my hands don't slip. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna end the stream by dropping Kevin again. That's how we dramatically end the stream. Why does it have to be Kevin? Poor Kevin Shiftright. His sponsor doesn't appear in Cars 3. The poor guy. How many complete team sets? That's a good question. I don't know. It depends, because some teams are just like a racer and poor Kevin. I feel so bad for poor Kevin, poor Kevin Racingtire, who I almost always accidentally call Kevin Shiftright, whose idea was it to have two Kevins in long live Kevin. Whose idea was it to have two Kevins in the Piston Cup? And to have the one named Kevin Shiftright not be the one sponsored by Shifty Drug. That's... Yeah, but you know what? The poor guy. You know, I'd have some other Shifty Drug racers join him, but this guy's too rare, and this guy's a custom. There we go. He'll have company. He'll have my custom next-gen Shifty Drug to join him. William Byrov is staying here, though. We're not knocking him off. He's staying there. Chase, on the other hand, well, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. Kevin is lonely. Poor guy. It's just gonna be that poor guy. But here, we're gonna move this guy back. Never named him. But we'll check on him again in a few minutes. Yeah, he is remaking Cars 2. Many parts of Cars 2 all at one time. Robin, if you ever attempt to do another Cal is Lonely, if you ever attempt to do another Cal is Lonely compilation, um, then I will gladly provide you with the Kevin is Lonely clip. New cars on the table though. Good idea. Except this time, I don't know. But sure, let's move. Let's get some new guys in here. Let's move some stuff. And hopefully when we move them, nobody knocks over poor Kevin Racingtire. Cal and the Lonely Pities, yeah, I still use them. But anybody have any requests for cars that we should put here? I'll take like 5 or so. And we'll see. Last time I left this room and went into the room where I keep most of my cars, and we just started lagging like crazy. So this time, I'm gonna have to once again leave the camera here. Let's see. All right, so take a few more requests and we'll just put some guys here. Just change it up a bit. Maybe give poor lonely Kevin a friend. Dustin Mellows, that's an interesting one. So in this room, for the record, I keep my Cars 2 cars, my Disney Store cars, and the like race fans, pit crews, etc. So I've got all of those in here, like the guys from Tokyo, Italy, etc. So I won't have to leave the room for those. Yeah, hopefully you find him soon. Definitely a pretty cool one. Although I will say he's got like a weird matte paint job, and I don't know why. Metallic Snot Rod. Man, Metallic Snot Rod has a bunch of chips in him because of the most recent Cars Adventures finale that happened by complete accident. Yeah, you guys better not party when I leave, or else you're all going to the principal's office. All right, let's get some cars. Hold on, any more requests? I just put the camera down and got up and realized that I didn't even know which ones I was getting. I don't have Finish Line McQueen, sorry. I'd love to get him, though. Hopefully you see him again soon. All right. Let's get some cars. Maybe I'll even throw in a surprise or two. Let's see, what do we have? We'll start off with what seems to be a fan favorite of the stream. Not one, not two, but 3 of everybody's favorite delivery truck. Congratulations, we now have 3 Pizza Planet trucks. See, and Robin Tailspider got Todd Pizza Planet trucks today. See, he's very relevant today. Let's see here. Is Pizza Planet truck just gonna become like a running joke on my channel now? I think we're making some solid quality inside jokes this stream. Like Kevin. But anyway, let's see here. I'm gonna get up and we're gonna get another item. We'll get another car here. Okay. I fully expect to see some spammed messages. Alright, okay. Well, next we got, Dustin Mellows, who I just thought would be cool to bring in, thanks to whoever requested him. And up next we have... Oh, wait, sorry. You weren't supposed to see this one. Oops. Let me put it back. And you know what? We'll put Dustin dangerously close to Kevin. Alright, thanks, 95 fan. Now he's here. And if I move him the wrong way, he will hit poor Kevin. Don't have a sneak peek. I guess it's sort of a sneak peek. I do have a new trailer for Ty's Cars 4 releasing on Thursday, though. No, Dustin's got company. He's got the Sputter Stop tractor with him. They're just hanging out over there. But I've got one last thing. We've got one last car. Except this car is a very special item because it is not a car at all. It's the disco ball. Right there. It's the disco ball. We now have the disco ball. We'll just leave it over there. I would plug it in, but can I actually plug it in? Let's plug in. Let's get the party started for whenever I inevitably leave again. What if it lands on the cars? Well, then more than just Kevin Shiftright is going to be falling down. All right. We've got the disco ball. Look at that. We'll just leave that going in the background. This is surprisingly bright and really much louder than you'd think. Alright, we don't really have space for anyone else, because this is where I've been putting the camera. And, you know, you have to take up a lot of space for the disco ball, which is just, it's just in the corner, just spinning very slowly and just projecting multicolored lights. And if you push it down, it starts spinning in the other direction. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but would it be better if we shut the lights off? Here he goes. He's putting it down again. You could start your party, and there is a disco ball now. This might be a little bit better. There we go. Now you can actually see just a bit the lights. There we go. What an incredible party our little live stream has become. I was trying to see if he'd stay on top of the disco ball, but he can't. What if we brought the party over to Kevin? How about that? We brought the party over to him to make him not so lonely. There we go. Kevin's having the time of his life now. Still on the edge here. We'll just keep it going. He's having a party all by himself. But, you know, maybe, you know, Kevin's really enjoying this party, right? and maybe he starts dancing. A song he really likes comes on, but I would never be able to play it because YouTube's copyright system. But, you know, Kevin here, he just starts rocking out and he's dancing. He's having a really good time. And then all of a sudden, he stays on the edge because because the stream isn't over yet. But don't worry, I'm sure it'll be a very satisfying conclusion when he finally removes himself from the edge here. We'll go for maybe, I'd say maybe about 10 more minutes. I'm gonna shut I would shut the disco ball off, but we just gotta keep the party going here. Let's see. So about this Todd, let's talk about this Todd. Because my Disney Store Todd is all sorts of messed up because that is his back. That's fun. In fact, my review of him, because he was in a 2-pack with Daryl Cartrip, it was called They Both Have Errors. Disney Cars, Todd Pizza Planet Truck, and Daryl Cartrip review. Because they did both have errors. Look at this, though. The Disney Stores has, I guess, what are his wipers. I don't know why they're colored in. Why are they yellow? But Mattel's, unfortunately, doesn't have that. Isn't it ironic? I forget where I heard this first. I might have read it in the comment, or maybe I just thought of it. I don't think I did, though. Isn't it ironic that the Cars 3 version of Todd the Pizza Planet truck is clean when Todd in Cars 3 showed up in the Demolition Derby covered in mud? Isn't that ironic? Doesn't that just blow your mind? Isn't that a weird error and or inconsistency? I would cover that in my errors and inconsistency series, but I really don't think it is. Yeah, I'll live stream before the new Cars 4 trailer. I consider doing that, but instead, what I'm probably going to do, I might make it a premiere, but the problem with that is it's just like a 2-minute video, so there's really not a need to do a premiere. So I'll probably just upload it normally. I will, however, probably do a live stream before I release the full Ties Cars 4. And speaking of that, that's going to actually start filming pretty soon. I'm just wrapping up with the customs now. Then I have to make like some dioramas. What you're seeing in the trailers with the locations, trust me, it'll look a lot better in the final movie. No, that's just the back of mine. That's just a misprint on mine. But in addition to that, I've got the Ties Cars 4 stuff to do. Obviously, I'm still doing Cars Adventures. Do I have the regular Cars 3 Mac yet? No, but I do have one that I've now repainted to be a Dynaco Mac. But I've got a lot of videos planned in addition to the Ties Cars 4 stuff and Cars Adventures. Cars Adventures is going to take, like, quite a while off, after this season so that I can work on Ties Cars 4. But trust me, this Cars Adventure season, it may seem pretty simple now, but it's going to end on a crazy cliffhanger, and Season 10 of Lap 2 is going to be one of the biggest seasons yet, and I'm really excited for that. Yeah, the Disney Store's got all kinds of errors, but I've got a lot of videos planned. Again, I've got a new story I want to do. I have to finish these reviews. I've got a bunch of episodes of every single car that I want to do. Those are easier to make, though. And I recently remembered I have to do the next normal Cars randomness, so I've started filming that. I want to get that up by this weekend. But I also want to do part 2 to the printed the Disney Store McQueen into a mater shape. That would be horrifying, and I do hope that somebody edits that image or has edited that image. But in addition to a new normal Cars randomness, I want to do the next edition of the Cars randomness. Yeah, Robin, that video as well. I want to do the next episode of the Cars Randomness Movie Edition. I love doing that. where I took like a bunch of relevant songs and clips and put them with car scenes. I have too many ideas for that scene, for that series, sorry, for different audio clips and songs I could use. And I'll probably be taking some, like, of your requests if anyone has any funny ideas for that. I love doing that video. My one concern, though, is that I don't want that to overshadow the normal Cars randomness, because I definitely had more fun doing that than I do with Cars randomness. Um, but I'm going to try to keep that be its own separate series from the normal Cars randomness and just continue to do the normal Cars randomness, which is just me and the cars. Um, but again, yeah, I am filming that. But if anyone has any ideas for like songs and clips and everything for the next Cars randomness movie edition, I'll probably the next generation of Cars randomness. I don't want it to be, though. I want to keep doing the normal ones too, because I know that has its fans, and I really enjoy those too. I'll probably ask again for any ideas for that series, but like within in the next few weeks. Um, Favorite racer from the NASCAR line? I'm not sure yet, but I really, really, really like Chase Race a lot. I know that's kind of a weird choice, but I really liked him. Um, but we'll just have to see until the rest of them uh, come out. Because we do have a few more confirmed to be coming out. I think about 2 more, which will probably be for Retread and Taco Mint, I'd assume. And I think the Taco Mint one would almost definitely win for me. But I gotta say, I'm a little worried about 2 things for the Cars line. 3, actually. First, I'm a bit concerned regarding what the, yeah, Danny, I've seen. I'm a bit concerned regarding the Taco Mint next gen. I hope that looks good. And I'm a bit concerned about 2021 new releases continuing to not have any new releases from the first 2 movies. And I'm a bit concerned about this year's Super Chase. I really want. I don't know. I'm concerned that they might just start making just metallic release Super Chases. Now, the Transforming Lightning McQueen metallic Super Chase from last year was really nice. I don't have him, but I've heard good things about him. Um, but I'm kind of concerned about what this year's Super Chase will be, if any. For the record, the disco ball is still going over here in the corner. And also for the record, poor Kevin is still on the edge. My favorite Precision Series car, I'm not sure, because I've used so many of them for so many years now. Still missing Sheriff. Like, Sheriff is... I don't have Sheriff, and I don't have a few of the... Obviously, I don't have Guido either. I do want to try to get Sheriff, but Sheriff is probably one of my favorites. That would be clever if he's the M&M, since he's the M&M car to do Taco Mint. That'd be clever. I'm not, like, familiar or close with real-world racing at all, but I feel like, while the NASCAR cars are really good for Cars fans, because we get to see the return of Shifty Right and Sidewall Shine, and did I just say Shifty Right? Shifty Truck and Sidewall Shine and all of that. For NASCAR fans, they really get nothing aside from a character named after a pre-existing person. A Cars music video, where again with a car sitting on a record, I don't know, but that would be interesting. I've wanted to do like a music-themed episode of Have You Heard Of? We were talking about me bringing back Have You Heard Of recently. I want to do like, because I'm sure there's like an inclusion, there's like a song from the Cars soundtrack on some like Disney party dance game, and I think that'd be really funny to do a whole video on. Okay, it was fan made, so no, I'm not sure. But like there are fully released music albums for the background tracks on the Mater and Luigi rides at Cars Land. They have 2 albums. 2 albums of Halloween songs and Christmas songs, so that could be a fun episode. Yes, the Walmart hauler ad, definitely a contender for an episode, but I don't know if I will. Um, no, I think most people would say Mattel for Mattel versus the Disney Store. Their quality is just better. For as much as I say against the Mattel cars, um, the thing with that, usually whenever I'm poking fun at the Mattel cars, I usually just do it as a joke. But um, I think that ad does exist. I'm not sure. I never like got into the story of that. The story of, wow, just named one of my series. But I don't know. I'm not, could make for interesting content, but like I'm not really sure. Um, if I do it, but there's a lot of interesting content out there that I could use for the story of series. Yeah, Disney Store Dr. Frankenwagon. I think that was a thing. Love to get that. But uh, another Cars randomness. I was just talking about that. I'm currently filming it, and by currently I mean I filmed like the first clip. But want to do I want to get it out probably this weekend. The Mac and Misfritter Tsum Tsums. Yeah, I remember those. This could be interesting. Um, a lot of different toy lines I could cover for Have You Heard Of. I'm just trying to cover like just weird obscure stuff. Again, the next episode will probably be music themed. Um, but like again, there have been some interesting Cars musical things. There was a Cars performance on Dancing with the Stars one year. That's a good contender for an episode. I remember when that was on. I don't think I watched it, but um, like I could do a whole episode on that, which would definitely be a strange video for me to do. But the Have You Heard Of series is all about me. It's all about me going over obscure Cars things. They danced to, I think it was Ride from the end of Cars 3. Um, what would I do if they made a Cars show? Funny story there. Disney's got you beat because they are doing a Cars show for Disney Plus coming late next year. But yeah, I think they danced to Ride from Cars 3. I don't really know how you could do a dance to that. Disney on Ice Cars, that would be. Yeah, I should look into that. If that was an actual thing, I'd love to do a video on that. How would they even pull that off? I saw Toy Story 3 on ice back in 2010, and that was certainly interesting. I mean, I just remember them dancing to a cover of The Boys Are Back in Town, but it was The Toys Are Back in Town, which I think was used in the marketing for either Toy Story 2 or 3. I just remember the dance sequences being so long on Toy Story on Ice, which in hindsight is very funny. It's Toy Story on ice. Like Toy Story is not a musical. The only other thing I remember is if you remember when. Yeah, okay, I gotta look up the Cars on Ice now. Disney stage shows are always incredible. Um, but if you remember, at the beginning of Toy Story 3, when Barbie meets Ken, they play a few seconds of a song. I think it's called like Dreamweaver or something along those lines. And they only play like 5 to 10 seconds of it in Toy Story 3. But in Toy Story on Ice, I vividly remember this. That went on for like 4 minutes of just Ken and Barbie just ice skating and dancing around to that song that you hear 10 seconds of as a joke in the real Toy Story 3. Ken not being in Toy Story 4 was a total loss, but I mean, I guess we got Duke Kaboom, who was pretty good character. Um, but yeah, Cars on Ice. I gotta look into Cars on Ice. Um, that would be really interesting to do a video on. Let's look that up. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Huh. Interesting. Wow. They recently put up a behind-the-scenes video just about 10 months ago. Cars of Radiator Springs have been a fan favorite in Disney on Ice. So at several they've appeared at several points. So I definitely have to I'd have to yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'll definitely make sure to check that out. Um but they've used them at a lot of different points, just as part of the normal Disney on Ice shows. I guess the Cars characters will come out. I'd play this for you guys, but you know, copyright. So I guess I'll just watch it off screen. Um, yeah, we got Mickey. He's coming out in a car. He and Minnie are dancing around. Um, this is from March 4th of 2017. Oh, and here comes Mater. This is really impressive. They uploaded. There's a video from less than a year ago going over how they did these behind the scenes. This is really cool. Thanks for letting me know about this. It's really impressive. Wow. They got Sally. They've got Flo. They've got Ramon. Then they got McQueen. Really, really interesting. Huh. So that's a contender for a future Have You Heard Of? I'll add that, I guess, to the list. But anyway, we've gone on now for over an hour, so I think it's about time that we wrap it up here. Thank you to everyone who showed up, and before everyone starts leaving, hold on. Because there's someone over here who is on the edge. Alright. Kevin, had a good run, buddy. And I'm sorry that it's had to be this way. Okay? Sorry that I've put you on the edge here. It's really a shame. Had a good run. There are no pillows. No, it's just hardwood floor down there. Everyone, say your goodbyes to poor Kevin Shiftright. Goodbye, Kevin. Oh man, that sounded like it hurt. Okay, man. Sorry about that, guys. Let's hope he's not chipped. He survived! He lived. He's lived to see another live stream. Maybe. All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in here. I'm going to shut the disco ball off now. Poor Kevin. We'll see you guys next time. I would upload another video today, but it's... I don't know. I probably won't because we did the live stream. But, look for Cars Adventures coming out soon, and this Mater review coming out soon. See you guys.